Consider the possibility that the existence of the universe depends on you. The traditional Newtonian perspective, which highlights distinct entities, posits that humans exist in a physical realm, governed by specific laws such as gravity and thermodynamics, presenting the universe as a separate autonomous entity. However, quantum physics, despite being new to scientific discourse, resonates with ancient spiritual teachings. Hermes Trismegistus, ancient sage, taught as above so below, as below so above, suggesting that our world is like a holographic matrix that reflects the consciousness projected onto it. Quantum physics aligns with this ancient wisdom, raising the possibility that reality is not an independent construct, but is shaped by the consciousness of the observer. In this area, where quantum physics considers the existence of a multiverse and infinite timelines, your perception could have a significant impact on the manifestation of reality. Neville Goddard, in Thinking in the Fourth Dimension, argues that the fourth dimension is the source of our three-dimensional existence, with endless life possibilities similar to infinite timelines. Dr. Joe Dispenza highlights in quantum physics the presence of an infinite field full of potential outcomes for our lives. This limitless quantum field, or the whole, resonates with the ancient teachings of Hermes Trismegistus. According to Kabbalah, it is a domain where every conceivable outcome of life already exists. This raises a crucial question: what determines the specific timeline we experience? Neville Goddard rightly maintains, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the path that your attention follows. Time, a construct limited to our three-dimensional reality, has no influence in this context. Dr. Joe Dispenza adds that our thoughts are directly connected to our level of health. In these higher dimensions, everything you could become is already a reality, transcending the linear limitations of time as we perceive them. You exist in this specific limited life within a certain timeline, but what determines this specific path among the countless possibilities in the fourth dimension? This question indicates the gradual decline of the traditional Newtonian model, giving way to a shift towards a unified consciousness. The quantum field reacts to the consciousness with which it interacts, shaped by thoughts, emotions, and general state of being. Basically, the reality or timeline you experience is a manifestation of the state of being, thoughts, and emotions you embrace. The way you perceive yourself is reflected back to you by the universe, just as a mirror can't reflect a smile if you don't smile first. The universe's response depends entirely on your input. When you smile, the mirror reflects a smiling face. Likewise, the omnipresent entity, whether God, source, or the quantum field, reflects your internal state. According to the vision of the whole, the purpose of creation is to undergo unique and endless experiences, extending to the limits of infinity. The whole, an omnipresent force, respects your freedom of choice, seeing it as integral to the enjoyment of life's various adventures. Neville Goddard, defender of this idea, articulates that everyone is free to create their world as they wish, if they know that everything responds to it. This dependence on your single consciousness drives the expansion of the whole. Your ability to choose is always present. By smiling before the infinity mirror, you initiate a response, although with a delay inherent to our three-dimensional world. Events must unfold sequentially to reflect the change. However, the mirror must ultimately show what you project. In the fourth dimension, this projection is already a reality. Persistence in your self-perception commands the mirror to conform, lacking its own will. The mirror guarantees the authenticity of the experience of the whole. The whole seeks to understand what it means to be you in the present moment, and this understanding would be compromised if it imposed its will. The infinite has willingly embraced limitations to authentically experience your existence. He trusts you and your current state as a focal point for his experiential choices. Essentially, you and the whole are unified, but in this world, we are covered with a veil of forgetfulness to create an authentic experience. Imagine voluntarily subjecting yourself to a form of self-induced amnesia to play a virtual reality game, seeking the most genuine experience possible. When you take a hit in the game, it feels real, like the events are really happening. However, if you were aware that it is just a game, the fear for your virtual life would diminish, knowing that your real self remains safe. This analogy explains why life can sometimes seem harsh and unforgiving. leading us to question how a God would allow such things. The answer lies in understanding that this God is not an external entity inflicting these experiences on us. Instead, we shape our own experiences by applying the law of being, often in less than ideal ways. Our actions in front of the mirror of life directly influence what is reflected back to us. If we behave erratically, the mirror will reflect a chaotic image. It cannot portray us as both successful and satisfied. The mirror simply reflects the essence of our actions and state of being. The pursuit of freedom is often met with the challenge of feeling constrained or limited by circumstances. This struggle can be a catalyst for a deeper understanding of self and world, according to the teachings of Neville Goddard and similar thinkers. They propose that obstacles and trials in life may not solely be the result of a selectively benevolent external God. Instead, they suggest that they are reflections of the individual's internal state and consciousness. The metaphor of a mirror is especially appropriate in this context. The image seen in a mirror is the direct result of what is presented before it. If one stands in front of the mirror with a mentality of entrapment and limitation, the reflection will be one of stagnation and confinement. However, a change in perspective, embracing the concepts of freedom and unlimited possibilities, can drastically alter this reflection. The world, in response to this change in perspective, begins to reveal opportunities and joys that seemed invisible before. This transformation is reminiscent of the narrative in Russell Conwell's Diamond Acres, where a man overlooks wealth in his own land by pursuing fortunes elsewhere, only to discover later that what he sought was always within his reach. This dynamic is beautifully encapsulated in the powerful words of William Ernest Henley in his poem Invictus. "I am the master of my destiny, I am the captain of my soul." These verses express the profound influence of individual will and perception in shaping life experience. When one consciously adopts an attitude of abundance and fullness, even before it manifests in reality, there is a subtle but powerful alignment that occurs in the universe or quantum field. As consciousness changes, external circumstances also change. Furthermore, this concept extends beyond simple positive thinking. It is an exploration of the deepest layers of being and the power of the subconscious mind. The subconscious, like fertile soil, accepts the seeds of thought planted within it and nurtures them into reality. It is the central tenet of many spiritual and philosophical teachings that hold that external reality is a direct reflection of internal thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. In this way, the external world not only serves as a mirror reflecting the current state of being, but also as a canvas on which the possibilities of what could be are continually painted, based on the internal dialogue and beliefs held within. All aspects of existence are deeply interconnected in this interplay between the inner and outer realms. To realize one's desires, whether freedom, joy, or fulfillment, one must look inward to understand and reshape one's inner world first. If this video resonated with you, I invite you to like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with others so they can benefit from this message, and don't forget to leave a comment sharing your thoughts, reflections, and experiences. Thanks again for watching and for joining this journey, and we are waiting for you in the next video. Blessings.